Hello and welcome back. This is Richard Ramos again with Downline University. We're going over the RPM guide, the Rapid Planning Manual. We're going to go ahead and dive into step number 4. Step number 4 is about setting goals, okay, and becoming an executive or getting qualified in your business so you can start getting paid. You need to understand something about goals, okay? There's a difference between goals and there's a difference between dreams and fantasies. What do I mean by that? I'll ask people all the time, what is it that you want out of life? Or what are some of your goals? What do you want to accomplish with this company? 8 out of 10 times, someone's going to say, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, I want to be a millionaire is a dream or a fantasy. It is not a goal. Okay, a goal has to be more specific and it needs to have a timeline attached to it, because if you don't, you're probably not going to accomplish your goal. It's that simple. So something like, you know, I want to be making, or I will be making $10,000 a month within the next 6 months. Again, it's more specific as a dollar amount, $10,000, as a timeline of 6 months. And when you write it down, little by little, as you start writing down all your other goals, you will start to accomplish some of those goals. But again, these goals, you know, there's a 4-step process to this. You need to make sure that these goals are very specific again and very clear. They need to be crystal clear. 2, set the timeline. And make sure on this timeline that it's realistic to you. You know, don't say something like, I will be making $1 million within the next 6 months. That might not be realistic, okay? Depending what industry you're in, depending what product or service you're marketing through the internet or through belly to belly or through home meetings, that may not be realistic. So keep it realistic, because when you keep it realistic, you'll notice that little by little you start reaching those goals. So you may not, let's say you want to do $10,000 in 6 months and you're working towards that and you only hit 8. Okay, well that's a lot of money. Okay, so again, keep it realistic to you, but most important, make a commitment. What I mean by that, if you're going to dedicate 2 hours to this business or 3 hours a week, make sure that it's a solid 2 to 3 hours a week. Okay, because I get people all the time that say, well, you know, I'm working the business, but while I'm watching the kids and they're watching TV, they have their laptop in the living room, and it doesn't work that way, guys. If you're going to commit to something, if you're going to commit 2 hours, commit 2 hours. If you're going to commit 10 hours, commit 10 hours. But don't play games. I mean, I get to the point where, and excuse the language here, but you need to stop bullshitting yourself. Okay, if you're going to do it as a business, do it as a business. Because if you commit hobby hours to this, guess what? You're going to get hobby results. You know, people always ask me, well, how is it that you signed up 120 people in this business, in the first 30 days. I ask them, go out to my car and read the mileage on there. I put miles on my car. I'm willing to go up to 400 miles in a day, 200 miles one way, 200 miles back, to go do a presentation or to go help some of our people, because it's worth it to me. Okay, I'm very driven and I want to make a lot of money. And in this business, you don't have to work that hard to make a lot of money, but it's amazing what people won't do. I mean, they'll sit there in traffic for an hour a day in Los Angeles or 2 hours a day, but they won't spend 2 hours a week solid into a business. It's unbelievable. The other thing is, make sure to write them down. Okay, write down your goals. And I'll just leave you guys with this. A lot of sponsors will try to get you to commit and to qualify within your business, within the first 24 to 48 hours. They'll tell you, build a list and, go after your people really, really quick. I don't like doing that. Okay, what I tell people is that, you know what, give yourself a week. If you're in this business where all you need is 3 people to qualify, give yourself a week, go through the guide, spend a day, it doesn't take that long, and then go out there and start sponsoring people. Because once you're educated, you want to be able to duplicate, and you want to be able to teach those people to do the same thing that you're doing. So again, go through the guide, try not to skip around. You'll understand why as we're going through the different chapters, and speaking of the other chapters, I'll see you on chapter 5 or step number 5.